warming, the causation of it, and to provide viable alternative energy sources. The mechanics of global warming entails several concepts. Firstly, the Earth retains more warmth from the sun than what is radiated back into the atmosphere. The radiation process is slowed by CO2, methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor in the atmosphere. Of the greenhouse gases, CO2 is most detrimental because it takes approximately 100,000 years for 63% of the gas to be removed from the atmosphere by natural processes. And the amount of CO2 in our atmosphere is steadily rising, and this is a direct result of the burning of coal and other oil products. Forests naturally produce carbon from the air through a process called photosynthesis, and as deforestation continues, so will the increase in CO2 in our atmosphere. The phenomenon of global warming coincides with the Industrial Revolution. The burning of fossil fuels and deforestation are side effects of industrial consumerism. And the Earth's resources have essentially been exploited for financial gain. There's more than one factor that goes into global warming. Another factor is natural cycles that we naturally go through. The sun has naturally increased in warmth by nearly 30% since its inception some 4.5 billion years ago. There's also periodic climate effects that's based upon the Earth's orbit and tilt. And over the past 2 million years, there have been ice age periods lasting somewhere around 100,000 years. And we are currently at the end of an interglacial period, and we should be cooling down, but instead we're increasing in temperature. Okay, now I'm going to give you guys a list of some viable alternative energy sources. The first being wind power. A pro to this particular type of energy source is that it produces pretty much no pollutants into the air. It's a fairly renewable source of energy, and it's very space efficient. Some of the cons on that is that it's intermittent in its use because you can't use it on days that aren't windy, and it also has a negative effect on the scenery. Another alternative energy source is solar-powered energy. The pros to that is that it doesn't produce any pollutants into the atmosphere. It's a fairly renewable source of energy, and it has a lot of practical uses. Some of the cons is that you can only use it intermittently on days when there's a lot of sunlight out. It's a fairly expensive process as well. The last alternative energy source is geothermal energy, and some of the pros to that is that it doesn't produce pollutants. It's a fairly self-sufficient form of energy, and it has a small effect on the landscape. Some of the cons is that if done incorrectly, this can cause actually more pollution, and improper drilling can be hazardous to the environment. And sometimes it's prone to run out of steam. And that's the conclusion.